Alright, good morning YouTube. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning here on the 2nd of October. I have no idea when I'm actually going to get this edited and posted up on the YouTube, so I don't know, kind of new at this. Anyways, one of the themes that I want for this channel is yeah, I'm going to be out on my bike riding and enjoying the sights and taking you with me, but I also want to take the time to talk about what's on my mind and see if I don't know, see if my thoughts, my words are of use to anyone, and if there are people who watch this that have something they'd like to share, invite them to drop it in the comments. Again, as I've discussed, this is just a platform for me to just kind of share a little bit of who I am, and if people find it of value or interest, great, and if they don't, I'm okay with that too. Worst case scenario is I'm going to have a bunch of recordings, you know, for my kids to look at later in life, maybe grandkids one day. Be like, hey, their grandpa was a badass on a motorcycle. I don't know, we'll see. That being said, this morning I'm heading off to a VA appointment. Technically I'm meeting with a VA contractor. I'm going through the disability claim process, and this is all really new and foreign to me, and yeah, you know, veterans, if you're watching this, if you've been through this, if you got tips, drop it in the comments below. If some of this sounds familiar, yeah, please let me know what you think. This is all really new for me. I'm going to what's called a C&P exam, and I'm pretty sure I've read what that stands for, but I've forgotten it right now. Something like compensation and pension. I don't know. Basically, it's for the VA to decide whether or not I'm actually broken, and whether or not they're going to provide medical care for that ailment, and or provide some form of compensation. So where this is all really new and foreign to me is this idea that I'm trying to actually highlight something that's wrong with me, and it goes counter to the bulk of my military experience, starting from day one. You know, I joined back in 2000, and like going through basic training, like you didn't want to be sick, you didn't want to go to sick call, because if you missed training, there was a chance that you were going to get washed back and have to be in training longer. You know, that was just you know. And then when I got to my career field, you know, I spent the first half of my career as an Air Force cop, you know, Air Force Security Forces, you know, and in those early 2000 years, you know, the other Air Force cops out there may attest to this, but manning was considered a 4-letter word. Manning always sucked. You always had just enough bodies to get it done, and you were always trying to deconflict to make sure that people are able to have time off for leave. And if you got sick or injured and got taken off of shift, that usually meant somebody else was getting their schedule rearranged, and or oftentimes losing days off to cover for you. You know, and you really wanted to avoid that mantra, or that reputation of being sick, lame, or lazy. And I get it, like when things happen, and people understand. But that being said, you tried really hard not to be that person that was always taken out of the fight. And then when you get into the topic of like mental health, oh my goodness, that was beat into your head right away. Like, hey, if you go talk to somebody about your feelings, you're gonna get kicked out for sure. You know, and that's a terrible stigma, but there's a reason it exists. You know, because people have had experiences of, you know, of trying to work through mental health issues, and have had serious repercussions in their career. Myself included. I don't feel like going into that right now, but you know, maybe in another video. you fast forward to later in my career, I became a flyer. So I was a boom operator on KC-135s. Some of you may recognize some of the stickers I got on my inner fairing here. And as a flyer, you were deathly afraid of being honest to the flight doc. You downplayed everything. You know, and one of the big questions was always, you know, hey, can you egress the airplane? Yeah, I can egress the airplane. Meanwhile, praying that the doctor doesn't do like a mobility test to make sure you can still touch your toes. You know, hashtag back pain. It's real. It sucks. Anyways, you get really good at just downplaying all of your ailments and everything that's wrong with you, because you don't want to be taken out of the fight. You just want to go do your job. And now that I am kind of newly operating in this space where I'm not in the service anymore, I can hurt, and that's okay. I can be sick, and you know, I know as I enter the civilian workforce, you know, there's going to be similar feelings, but I don't know that it'll be quite the way it is in the military. And so that leads me to where I'm at right now, where I have to learn how to be honest with the doctor about what's actually bothering me, what's wrong with me. And this is all really, really new. I have a fear of wanting to... I have this fear that on the one hand, I will continue to downplay everything that is wrong with me, and on the other hand, that I'll take it too far and I'll try and exaggerate what is wrong with me. And so, like, I'm stressed out making sure that, you know, I'm still honest with myself and with everybody around me so that I can sleep at night, because being honest is important to me. And at the same time, I want to make sure that I'm also honest to myself and paint an accurate picture of like what's actually bothering me. Because I can tell you that for so many years in the military, you just suck it up and press on. I don't know if you're watching this, if you've been through something similar, please, you know, if you feel like it, drop a comment below. You know, I'd be happy to hear, you know, I'd love to hear your experiences. That being said, I'm gonna get back to riding here, and yeah, let's enjoy the view. I'm riding through South Ogden right now. Anyways, what a beautiful day. Alright, we'll talk later. See you!